Everybody, how's it going? All right, so welcome to Friday. Are you looking forward to the weekend? I know I am. Okay, so what our plan is for today, let's go to modules. Remember, modules is where you find all your work for every day. And then let's see here. Yesterday on Thursday, we started working on the simplifying expressions worksheet. So that's what you're going to do today. I'm going to work a couple of those problems for you. And then I just want you to take the rest of today and try to finish that up and get it submitted, okay? I think the due date is not until Monday, but go ahead and get it out of the way so you can have your weekend free, okay? So let's look at it really quickly. So there's 11 problems on this worksheet, and I want to work 10 and 11 with you. Those are the word problems. Those ones I think students seem to find most challenging. So I want to look at those together. I'm going to work through both of them. So you should have 10 and 11 done, okay? You can go ahead and mark your answers after the video. Now, I hope you've also noticed that the videos I'm posting for attendance check-ins, they are also listed in the Unit 1 module down below underneath the date for the day so that you can rewatch the videos as many times as you want. The attendance check-ins lock, but the videos in the modules, they don't lock. So it's the same exact video without the questions down below, okay? So you have to watch it to get your attendance, but if you need to rewatch it, it's down below in Unit 1 module. Okay, so, and also if you're having any trouble with any of these problems, any of them, just tell me what number it is you're having trouble with, and I'll be happy to make you a short video going over those problems with you, okay? So all I've done is I've taken 10 and 11 and I've moved them over to this whiteboard. So let's look at number 10. Jose is building a triangular shaped garden for his family. He's going to grow some vegetables. They give us the dimensions of the garden are represented by the expression 3w plus 7, 7 minus 3w, and 5w plus 1. Write the expression in simplest form, simplest means simplify, that represents the total fencing Jose would need to purchase in order to enclose the entire garden. Okay, so let's think about this. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to say, okay, what are they asking you to find? What are they telling you to look for? Usually it's towards the end of all the words, at the end of the problem, they'll actually tell you what they're wanting you to find. So they want us to write an expression that represents the total fencing. Okay, so that's important. That's what we're trying to find, the total fencing. And not only that, now let's look for some important information. They told me what shape. It's triangular shaped. So anytime you're reading a word problem and they tell you that something is shaped a certain way, draw a picture of that shape. That's the number one thing you need to do. Draw a picture. It's going to help you so much. So not only did they tell me the shape, but they told me the dimensions. They told me that one side length was represented by this expression. Here's another side, and here's our third side. So let's label our sides. Okay, so if you have your scratch paper, draw your shape and write, and that is supposed to be a W. Write down these dimensions here. Now we have 5W plus 1. Okay, awesome. Now we have to ask ourselves, again, what do they want me to find? Well, they want the total fencing. So let's say Jose is he's gonna take some fencing and he's gonna fence around his whole garden, right? So we need the amount to go around the whole garden. What is it called when you're trying to find the distance around an object? I hope right now you're going, oh yeah. That's perimeter, right? So we need to find the perimeter of this garden. So how do you find the perimeter of a triangle? You might be thinking, oh, what's that formula? I remember the perimeter of a rectangle is like add 2 lengths plus 2 widths. Okay, right now, I want you to throw out every single formula you've ever memorized for perimeter. Yep, all that work you did in 4th grade memorizing those formulas, throw them out. Forget about them. Perimeter just means the distance around an object. That's all it means. So all you have to do if you're trying to find the perimeter is add up all of your sides. I'm going to run out of room. Add up all your sides. That's all you need to do. Be sure you add up all of them, but that will always give you the perimeter. So the perimeter for our rectangle, the amount of fencing that Jose is going to need, It's going to be 3W plus 1. There's one side, plus 7. I wrote that wrong. 3W plus 7, that's one side. Plus, let's add up the other side. 5W plus 1 plus 7 minus 3W. It's a little scrunched, I know. I need to write smaller. Let me change my pen size here. Let me make it in the small pen. Okay, so now we need to figure out, well, am I done? Is that in simplest form? Does this thing here look like a big, long expression? It should, because that's what it is. And we know how to simplify expressions. That's what we talked about yesterday. You have to find the like terms. So where are like terms? Well, I see a 3W here. I see a 5W. And then over here, I see a negative 3W. Aren't W's all the same term? Yes, they are. So let's do that. Let's add them up. If I have 3W's plus another 5W's, well, that's 8W's. And then I have to add another negative 3W's. Okay, so 8 plus negative 3. If you're not sure what that is, remember, find that calculator on your Chromebook. If you're having trouble finding the calculator on your Chromebook, let me know. Send me an email. I will help you find it. I'll make you a video and show you exactly how to find it. Okay? So 3 plus 5, we said, was 8 plus another negative 3. Well, that equals 5. 5 W's total. Okay, so now I see that I have some more like terms. I have a plus 7, a plus 1, and another plus 7. I can add those up. I know what 7 plus 1 is. Well, 7 plus 1 is 8, plus another 7 is 15. There's your answer right there. We have simplified it. That's an expression in simplest form that represents how much fencing Jose is going to need for his triangular garden. Okay? Let's look at the other one. Damien is laying carpet in his living room. He determined the length of the room, okay, is 9 feet. And the width is represented by this expression here. It says, write the expression in simplest form that represents the total area of Damien's living room. Okay, but this one's asking us to find what? Total area this time. Okay, so let's do that. No, we have to remember what is the dimension, what is the formula for area? Now, it's his living room. So think about the shape of most living rooms. What's the shape of most living rooms? I hope you're saying rectangular. Maybe square, but remember, squares are just special rectangles. So his living room should be rectangular. Okay, they told us that the length is 9. So just pick a side and label it 9. It doesn't matter what side you choose. We can label rectangles. Either side can be the length and either one can be the width. It doesn't matter. We know that one side's 9 and we know the other side is 3D minus 11. Now they want us to find an expression for, again, total area. So if you don't remember, area is equal to the length times the width. Okay, so for us, our area is going to be, pick one, make it the length. Maybe I'll pick this side here and make it the length. 9 times 3D minus 11. Okay, this is true, but I wrote it wrong, and I wrote it wrong on purpose. There's something super important you have to remember here. And we talked about it yesterday when we were talking about distributing. Remember that when we distribute, we have to multiply by everything? Well, we really need to distribute here. But if I don't use those fancy parentheses for multiplication here, I don't think to distribute. So whenever you're multiplying dimensions in algebra, I suggest you use parentheses to do that. We also talked about how parentheses mean multiply. In all your previous math classes, parentheses mean multiply. They mean multiply in algebra too. Use parentheses here, because if you don't, you're not going to distribute that 9 to both pieces. You're only going to multiply the 9 times the 3, and it's going to be wrong. So let's do that. Let's distribute. Remember, I have to multiply 9 times this term here. So what's 9 times 3? 9 times 3 is 27. Again, you have a calculator. Don't forget the D. He comes along for the ride. Now I need to multiply 9 times negative 11. Well, a positive times a negative is a negative. And 9 times 11 is 99. There is the expression that represents Damien's living room, the area of Damien's living room. I don't need to simplify it any further because I see I have a D here and there's no D. There's no variable with my 99. Those two pieces are not like terms. I can't combine them and simplify them any further than that. This is the simplest form. All right? So that gives you problems 10 and 11. On Monday, we're going to look at more word problems. Okay? We're going to start using what we've learned about expressions and putting it to some real world problems. So again, let me know if you have any questions or you need any help.